I decided to make this film because I was full of anger and frustration, and I felt in so much need to do something. I believe that each one of us has to do something, has to move, he has to act. I just did it. I thought the camera is the only tool and weapon that I can protect myself and search. I was in so much of search, questioning, what is it exactly? It's not only about the accident and all this horrible, horrifying accident. It's about what it is exactly. What do we mean for the society as women, who we are as women, how they think of us. I have included my personal story because for me all was linked. In the beginning, I never thought that I will be in the front of the camera or I will talk about my mother or myself or my family. It's not easy to put your heart on the table in public. But what happened in the front of me in Egypt and all of this strength and courage that this woman have in the street in terms of fighting back, it really entered inside me and it clicked. I thought it will be much more powerful to start from our personal issues. I believe that a lot of women, they went through a lot in their life, but they prefer maybe to talk about it from a different perspective, another point of view, another woman, but not themselves. But when it comes from you and yourself, it's a strong thing. It's a kind of a very step forward for doing something and act against the way how we've been treated. I will tell you what happened to me the day I found the archive footage of my mom when she was my age now. I was in the editing room in Cairo with the first editor that I worked with him, and it was really he was suffering. I was walking in the corridor, going back and forth, looking myself in my children's room and crying because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do with this footage. Should I really go there and talk loud and speak up and tell her what I couldn't tell her before? And it took me so long and it was so painful. And this is why I say that this film, it's kind of like a healing process more than making the film itself. It was exactly after what happened to those girls and exactly after my best friend got raped among a lot of women in Tahrir Square. And the way how this affected me, my little child, he was 2 years. So he doesn't really understand why I'm walking and screaming and having fight. Every single day I have to walk on the street with him. After, when he grew up, it was difficult for me because my son still doesn't know why his mom is screaming in the street. Like my child, he will think that his mom is crazy because it's not easy for me to tell him what is really happening to me, that someone is grabbing your mom's butt in the street. And this is I put in the film. For me, when I walk in the street, I have to defend myself just because I have tits and I have butt and I have a body of a woman. That was the reason of bringing everyone in the whole world. That's not normal. It's not normal to be treated like that. In that moment, when I get pregnant of my second son, everything has changed in my mentality. Now I'm like 40 years old. I have lived at least until 30 thinking that this is normal until I had my own children, and I don't want to raise them in abnormal, that is called normal. I want them to understand what is a human being, man and woman, a human being. So that's the time when I realized that normalizing something is not normal. It's like normalizing the occupation in Palestine with the Israelis and calling it normal. It's the same for me. It's all justice and freedom. And again, I would like to, maybe it's not the same context, but for me, we as women have been fighting for so long. Me, myself, never imagined myself I'm gonna make a movie about women or they will call me a feminist. No. But there is a limit. If you want us to stop bothering you, talking about women issues, act, do something. So we stop bothering you. And it's the same for me in Palestine. It's like, okay, you want these people to stop acting like that, stop the occupation, end it, end it. Give people justice and freedom, man, woman, all the humanity. And this is the whole goal of making films and telling stories for human being, not only woman or man. For me, it's the same. They get tired. Woman rights, woman rights, woman rights. You think we are happy talking about it? I'm tired more than you. We're really tired. So with 2021, we would like to talk about something else. It's your choice. You are putting us in this position to talk about stop, act differently, make the equality. And remember, you come from us anyway, as women, right? I did not find the answer where I can raise my child in this kind of environment. I just put the question. Are we going to keep going like that? Raising children to die in Palestine and raising children to unrespect women in the whole world? No. I didn't have the answer, but I have the question. I hope we will all move to have the answer and the solution.
لما قالوا ده ولد تشدي حيجي يتفارق ولما قالوا ده بنية هديت الحيط عليه.
كنت دائما تغني هاي الأغنية، كنت دائما تقولي خلفة البنات هم للممات. It's a very famous popular song from all the Middle East. The song, it describes this miserable feeling when you get birth of a girl. I heard this song when I was a child. I heard it from my mom. I heard it from my grandmother. It's very famous and it says something absolutely awful. This is the way how they think. And so they make songs. It's, as I said, it's been a long battle, long time ago. I think we have a long road of going to change. When is gonna change, I have no idea, but I do know that change needs a lot of time. I do believe that there is a lot of voices are coming out there and a new generation are not giving up and they are much more stronger than me and the generation before me. Change is gonna come. I don't know when, but it's coming. I'm very optimistic. I want everyone to see the film, but I think this film is not good for children. I think it's perfect from the age of 16 to up. One of the things that I like in Doc Barcelona is that this kind of distribution idea, whereas the film can be all over Spain. I hope it's going to be all over Italy or France, especially in Palestine and more especially in Egypt. Feel relief and glad when somebody come to tell me that this film that affect girls, inspire girls and people for change. It does affect me, and I hope it will reach as much as it could all over the world. There's a lot of voices there. They need this kind of encouragement. If they could see it as an encouragement, I don't know.